Kadosh Boker Or Daf Yomi Masechet Batra Daf Amud Aleph 56a1. We are starting in the middle where we left off to. This is Shulin Shmatas About Oro. He says over here as follows. It says Hechidami. What was the case exactly? So he says Amar Papa the Karole is that they actually called it this name. So Yati Ravacha Baravia Kamed Ravasi. Ravacha Baravia was sitting in front of Ravasi. Yati Vekamen Shmed Ravasi B'Chanin, and he's sitting and saying the name of Ravasi B'Chanina. Chatzuva mafsik nisager. Chatzuva, this is the chatzav that we mentioned, which divides the field, is considered a good division to do with the state of a convert, of a ger that actually died without any inheritors. My chatzuva, what is a chatzuva? Rabbi Yehuda says the name of Rav, Shebo tichem Yoshua Yisrael et haaretz. That was what Yoshua, he made them make marks for the land of Israel. He told them this is the way that you're supposed to make certain marks with this chatzav. Yeshua was only talking about the cities which are on the borders. Anything which Moshe was showed by HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be chayav and maaser. What is it coming to exclude? The lands of the Kenites, Kenazites, and Kadmonites. That's the Kenizi, and Kadmoni. The Tanya Rabbi Meir says, Naftucha Rava v'Salma. We're talking about the Naftuchim, Arvaim, and Shalmataim. So Yehuda Omer Har Seir Amon Moav. It's Har Seir, the mountain of Seir Amon Moav. And Shimon says Ardiskas, Asia, Vaspamia. We're talking about Damascus, Asia Minor, and Aspamia. Aspamia usually say is Spain. But again, these are just different machlokot. Until when do we say, right, are we going to be exempt? Fine. Says the Mishnah. Mishnah Numvav Aleph on the bottom. You have two witnesses that they come and they testify that he ate the 3 years of Chazakah. And then afterwards they were found to be Mozomem. So they have to pay the original owner everything. Why? Because they wanted to make him lose the field. So he has to pay the entire amount. But what if there were three groups of witnesses? Two in the first year, meaning two testifying about the first year that he was there, two about the second year, two about the third year. So in such a case, right, this is Nun Vav Amud Bet 56b. They divided amongst the three groups. Shlosha Achim, if there are three brothers that testified, each one to his year, because obviously brothers can't testify together. So it was one brother in the first year with somebody else, second brother with the second year and somebody else, third brother. So Echad Mitzaref Imahem, Arelu Shalosh Adiyot is still considered three separate testimonies for Chazukah, and therefore it's a Dutra Chad Hazama, but it's one for Hazama. Meaning, even though it's three separate testimonies to do with Chazakah, but to do with Hazama, it's considered one testimony. He wants to say that the penalty of Hazama applies to any of them. So in our case, therefore, since none of the testimonies could have established Chazakah except for, everything together, so therefore it's considered one to do with Hazama. Okay? Fine. Says the Gemara. Matrintin de lo Rabbi Akiva. Mishnah is not like Rabbi Akiva. Tanya was learned in a Braita. Amar Rabbi Yosef says Yosef. Kishalach haba chalafta etzel Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri limod Torah. When Abba Chalafta went to Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri to study Torah, the Amrila and others say it was Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri that went to Abba Chalafta to learn Torah. Amarlo, he said, Hare shachla shlosha shachla shana rishona b'fnei shnayim, shniya b'fnei shnayim, shlishi b'fnei shnayim. Mao. What happens if you have three different groups? Amarlo, he told them, Amarlo, he says, Afani Omer, can I also say the same thing? Rabbi Akiva cholek b'davar zeh, but Rabbi Akiva argues. Rabbi Akiva Omer, Rabbi Akiva says, davar, lo chetzi davar. It has to be a full davar. It cannot be a chetzi davar. Here, it sounds like a chetzi. Meaning, since each one on its own is nothing, so therefore each one is testifying on a chetzi. They're not testifying on a full thing. So therefore, you can't do that. Rabbanan, according to the rabbis. So he says, if you're going to tell me, we know that a woman has to have two pubic hairs in order to be a gedolah. What happens if one witness saying on the back and one witness saying it's on the abdomen? So davar chetzi eduti. This is going to be chetzi davar, because each one is only testifying on one out of the two hairs, and you need two hairs. Plus, it's chetzi edut, because it's one witness, each on separate things. So it's chetzi davar, the chetzi edut. Okay? Ela lemiyut, but rather that's not the case. What is it coming to exclude? So he says, but rather it's coming to exclude. Two people are saying that one is on the back. And two people are saying that you have one on the. So here you have two witnesses on each hair. Two on the one on the back, two on the one on the abdomen. But it's each one is testifying only on one hair. There are two people, so it's not chetzi edut, it's edut shlema, but it's chetzi davar still. It's still half of the davar. Rav Yehuda says, Echad omer achala chitin. If one witness comes and he says, listen, he ate wheat for 3 years, and one person comes and he says he ate barley, it's a chazakah. So Matzki Tzvad Nachman asks according to this, Salamiata, Echad omer achala rashona shlishit v'chamishit, ve'echad omer achala shniya reviv v'shishit hayin nami yad. See, I don't understand. If you imagine one witness comes and he says he ate the first third and sixth, the first 1/3 and 5, and the second one comes and he says he ate 2, 4, and 6. So together they ate 6 years together, but each one was testifying, and there was a break in between. What's going on? So you're going to tell me that's a chazakah? So Rabbi Yehuda says, can you compare both cases? Hatam b'shata dekat nesadi more. Look, each one is not testifying about the same year. Hacha here, each one is saying it on the same thing, the same time, and the chazakah can be therefore established. So Michael, what are you going to say then? So people do not easily discern between wheat and barley, and therefore the fact that two witnesses conflict, what type of grain, it's not a big deal. And now we're going to speak about 3 different brothers, and one of them is going to be mitzaref with them. So he says, so it's 3 different testimonies, but it's one edut for hazama. Says Nun Zayin Mudalef on the top. There are 2 witnesses signed on a shtar. One of them died. So the one that was alive comes, and somebody else, and they're testifying about the other person's signature. So one more time, 2 witnesses signed on the document. One of them died. The brother of the one that's alive comes with somebody else, and they testify about the other signature. So he says, Ravina says, I know that's our Mishnah. That it says, so Rashi tells him, no, can you compare those cases? He says there 3/4 of the money is not going to be taken out of the brothers. In our case, 3/4 of, meaning this witness that's alive is 50%, 50. So he's going to be 50%. The other brother with the other guy is 25% each. So 75% is going to be taken out of the money, out of these 2 brothers. In the other case, 2 witnesses on the first year, 1 brother. 2 witnesses you don't have 75% on the brothers. You don't have, because it's always with somebody else. So therefore, in the maximum would be with 33%, whatever it would be, but it's not the same thing. So that's what he says, that it's a simple tournament method certification. Fine. Okay.